you guys, welcome to my modern homestead. I'm Janet. If you're new here, welcome. Today we have been to the eye doctor with my husband for his follow-up appointment for where he had eye surgery. And Alyssa and I have been doing a no sugar challenge, but we give ourselves Friday at least, and we've gone. What am I trying to say?
We went to
or we have been to McDonald's, and I have my caramel iced coffee. That's my treat for this week. We're doing good with it. I have lost weight, so I hope we can keep going. But anyway, my point is we are now sitting at Home Depot in the parking lot waiting on my husband and son. We are supposed to be picking up an order for some supplies to redo our chicken coop. And they had to go in and pick up a few things, so I'm just waiting on them. Alyssa's behind the camera. Hi, Alyssa.
Hi.
Oh, she's so enthusiastic.
Hi.
Oh, me. But anyway, I just wanted to let you know what's going on in this video. You're not going to see a lot of me. I did meal prep for a week with a few chicken breasts and a few chicken pieces. And guys, I made meals for the whole week, lunch and supper. And then, the laundry system. I also wanted to show you the system I use for laundry. It has worked for me since my children were little bitty. We started using it right after we moved into our house, maybe a year and a half after we moved in, when Jake was old enough to actually want to start helping, and he was starting to learn his letters, but you'll see that later on in the video. So I hope it helps some of you guys if you're looking for a system to help you out. So anyway, just come along and join us. Alright, here we go, guys. To begin with, I always like to pull out my ingredients that I'm going to use. And here I'm just gathering the chicken and the spices. I'm going to do 2 different types of chicken breasts in this video for 2 separate meals. One for barbecue chicken and one for a chicken salad. To start, I just pull out my foil. I'll do 2 pieces because I like to wrap it really well for the crock pot. If you do it really well, it won't leak and you just end up with a clean crock pot. So I'm just opening up the chicken. I do my best to keep my hands clean during this process and touch it as little as possible. And for each packet, I used 3 chicken breasts, salted it, and I also used the seasoning salt that had no salt. I do not like this, guys. It makes me cough and sneeze, and I had forgotten that, and I accidentally breathed it in, and I had a coughing and sneezing fit right in the middle of this and had to stop for a second. I don't recommend that kind. It's the Tony Cashiers, but anyway. This is paprika. I also use chili powder. Excuse me. And then some black pepper, garlic powder. I was coughing and sneezing again. And this is a little bit of organic onion powder. I like to buy the big things of seasonings, but I wish you could find the organic seasonings in the big containers. And where I live, I wish I could find more organic seasonings. They're just not readily available. So there's that 1 packet. And I realized my sheets weren't quite big enough, so I made them a little bit bigger for this. And this chicken will be for the chicken salad, so the seasonings are different. Salt. And this is the other seasoning salt. It has salt in it, so I only used a little bit of regular salt, and that was garlic powder again, onion powder, and parsley. I love the way the parsley looks on this when it's done. It's so pretty. That and this basil. Just wrap it well. I wrap it and then I turn it upside down and wrap it again the same way. That way that outer part catches the juices. And I didn't show it, but I wrote on the outside of the barbecue packet that it was barbecue. And here I'm just using canning rings. And then I added some water about up to the top of those rings. And just let it go. And don't overcook it, guys. Keep an eye on it. It only takes about 3 to 4 hours on high. You just want to get it just done so that it's nice and tender. While that was going, I started laundry. I like to have a couple things going at one time, get everything done. At the end of the day, it makes you feel like you got a lot accomplished. That going. And then I headed back to the kitchen to get the soup going. These were just some individual chicken pieces because for some strange reason it was cheaper to buy 2 packs of pieces than it was to buy the whole chicken. And it was more meat. So I decided to make a big pot of soup. To start with, I just put them all in there and I season it with the seasoning salt. Sorry about the noise. That's my ice maker in the background if you hear it. And what was that? I think it was parsley or basil. Maybe it was basil. The black pepper. Yes, it was basil. And turmeric. Excuse me. I love to use this in my soup. Turmeric is so good for you guys, especially if you add it with the black pepper. Don't leave that out. And this is Orrington Farms broth base. If you don't have the boxed broth, use that. It's really good. A lot of times, even if I do use the boxed broth, I'll add that in there. And I started with 12 cups of water just to cook the chicken. And I'll only let this chicken cook just until it's done. There's the garlic cloves and carrots, green onions, 2 stalks of celery, and 2 of my bay leaves off of my bay leaf tree. But as I was saying, just let the chicken cook just until it's done and then remove it so that you can use the chicken in the finished soup. I was just checking it there, and here it is done. So I'm going to take out the chicken pieces and leave the broth in there. And at this point, I'm going to actually remove the chicken from the bone and put the bones back into the pot to let it keep cooking. You guys, this is so good for you. When you're sick, it's an excellent soup to have. My little boy always asks for it when he feels bad. Here we're just removing the chicken. I don't always remove all of the chicken from the bone. I just get the majority of it. And it's okay. Some of the meat will fall off in the soup. That's perfectly fine. Because at the end, you will actually strain the soup. It's very quick, very easy to do that. I just pull it off in big chunks. I try not to get too fussy with it. I just grab what I can and throw the bones back into the bowl. Here we are, down to the last piece of chicken. And I also put the skin back in the bowl. See how it comes off in those big chunks? Quick and easy. It didn't take me hardly any time to get this part done. I used to hate doing it, but then I learned just to pull it off in big chunks like that. Then, there we go. Back to the pot. Be careful pouring that in. Don't splash yourself with that hot broth that's in there. Stir it down into the liquid, lid back on, and let it go until the bones start falling apart and the cartilage is broken down. So, back in the laundry room to finish up that one load of laundry that I put in. And I like to go ahead and get everything folded as soon as the dryer cuts off, because you guys know if you leave it, it's so hard to actually get back to it. I like a method one of my teacher friends taught me: touch it once. Once it's done, go ahead and get it done. Whatever's in your hand, go ahead and put it where it belongs. I clean the lint, whatever that thing's called. I clean it in between every load of laundry. I don't leave it. And you guys, this laundry room it gets so messy. Does your room or your area get really messy? Mine is horrible. Lint gets everywhere and it's just so dusty. So while I was in there and I had a minute with everything cooking, I took the chance to go ahead and get everything vacuumed up and dusted. I got this vacuum cleaner for Christmas. My friend Morgan, she has her YouTube channel, Morgan Monday. Go check it out, it's really good. I saw her cleaning with this vacuum and asked her what it was. It is so neat. I love it. It's easy to use. And that handle detaches. You'll see in just a minute. And you can add the brush attachments. And my other friend Laura taught me about dusting with the vacuum. Oh my goodness. Why had no one ever shared that with me? I don't know. But it makes dusting so easy. I cleaned my blinds in a matter of a few minutes one evening while I was cooking. It was a game changer, guys. If you've never tried it, get one. See how it comes apart like that? I loved it. You can really get into the molding, and on top of the molding, we used to use dryer sheets to do this. My children loved it when they were little. I don't know what happened. But anyway, this takes the place. While I'm in here, I thought I would explain what's going on. As you can tell, this is the laundry room, but it's also our storage room. We have all of our cleaning stuff, seasonal wreaths, and under here we also have our seasonal decorations. It's the only place I have in the house to store them, and I don't have room for the big plastic totes, so they are divided up into seasons in those great big trash bags. Now this is my laundry system. I've been using it ever since my children were little, ever since we moved into this house. At the time, Jake was only 2, and I marked his clothes with a C or a W for cold or warm. I no longer use that, but they're just there. And he could identify the C or the W, and he would put his clothes in the correct bag. But this is what I do now. This first bag is towels. I put the kitchen towels and bath towels in there. I'm trying to move to all white bath towels. It just makes life easier. I use my powdered homemade laundry detergent, and if something's really grimy like at gardening season, I can splash in a little bit of Clorox or bleach and you're good to go. They're nice and clean, and I use the sanitize cycle on my washing machine. The next bag is for mine and Alyssa's clothes, and this bag, I used to put my husband's clothes and my son's clothes together in the same bag because Jake developed eczema and we always had to wash his in hot water, and my husband, because of his work, has to have his washed in hot water. But then it dawned on me that my husband was at the time working around a lot of chemicals and hauling them, so I had to stop putting Jake's in his bag and give him his own bag. And of course the next bag is my husband's, and the last bag is the white bag. All the white clothes go in there, so that when I'm ready to wash clothes, everything's already pre-sorted for me. All I have to do is go in and put the clothes in the washing machine. Sometimes if there's something really dark or really light, I will separate clothes in the bag as I'm going, but that's no biggie. It's very quick and easy. So I just thought I would share that with y'all. This is another rule I have for myself with laundry. I try my best to follow it. It doesn't always work perfectly, but I try. As soon as the clothes are finished in the dryer, I fold them and they go to the appropriate room to be put away. I do not put away my children's clothes. I take them to their rooms and they put them away. Doing laundry this way for me just keeps me on top of things. It makes it easier for me to stay organized and to stay caught up. Now, life happens just like for everyone else, and it does get backed up. Also, there is a trash can because there's always lint coming from the dryer or stuff in pockets or just this and that. So I always keep a trash can in here. And if I ever have to get a new washing machine and dryer, I will completely redo this room. It's brown. And I don't like this brown. Our whole house was brown, but we've repainted everything but this one room because it's just too much. We've got the cleaning stuff and all the brooms, mops, vacuums. There's more Christmas stuff up there. So thankfully it's closed off from the rest of the house. You can't see it. The door stays closed. One thing I've forgotten to mention about the white bag, I realized it as I was pulling out what I thought would be towels, is I also put my sheets in there when they need to be washed. So I'm about to throw in our sheets and also the towels. I said I put my kitchen towels in there. I do not wash kitchen towels and bath towels together. Even though I run them on the sanitize cycle, I still wash them separately. And of course I wash my sheets separately. You guys, don't wash your sheets with towels. You'll get the yucky little beads on them. Don't wash your towels with anything. Just wash towels with towels. Okay, here we go. It's time to shred the chicken and see how the juice is in the first piece of foil. It catches everything if you're careful not to puncture it or anything. And you guys, it's just so easy to clean up like that. Anyway, just shred the chicken up however you like it. If you want to chop it, you could chop it. In fact, for the chicken salad, you'll see in a minute, I meant to chop it, but I shredded it before I thought about it. Gets crazy sometimes, guys. So this is pretty self-explanatory. There's nothing special to it. Because this chicken was seasoned so well to begin with, all I had to do was just shred it. And I like to mix the barbecue sauces. That was a thick, sweet and spicy sauce from Sweet Baby Ray's. I can't remember the name of this one, but it's like a North Carolina sauce. It's vinegary, mustard type sauce. So I just mix them together and coat the chicken really well. And that is it, guys. That's all it takes to make that barbecue chicken. I think I may have already shown you on here before. But if you're new, you might not have seen it. So this is just me getting the ingredients ready for the regular ranch chicken salad. And just cut up some grapes, and there's no measurements, just whatever you like. I do 2 stalks of celery. I chop them into little pieces. You can do bigger pieces if that's what you like, and that's fine too. Just chopping those up. And then I also use onion. And be careful with your onion because sometimes they can be really strong, sometimes they're really mild. It just depends on your onion and what flavor you like as to how much you use. If it's really strong, I don't use a lot. If it's mild, I'll use more. Sometimes I've used a whole onion. But this is just a piece I had left in the refrigerator, so that's all I used. It actually turned out to be a decent amount for the amount of chicken salad I was making. And then I didn't have chopped pecans, so I just had to chop my own. Those are easy. Just be patient, be careful, because they like to pop off your cutting board sometimes. You can leave them in big chunks or small chunks, whatever you like. It's time to shred this chicken. Oh, that just looks so good. I love this chicken after it's cooked. It tastes great just that way. If you just want to have chicken that's baked or whatever you call it in the crock pot, it would be good just like that. But I needed this for a couple of meals, so like I told you before, I meant to chop it, but I ended up shredding it by accident. And this is just ranch seasoning. I use about 1/3 of a pack each time I make the chicken salad. It just adds a little to it. It's really good. Seasoned really well to begin with. The chicken that is seasoned really well to begin with. That's all it takes. My thumbs up got cut off in that part of the video. Anyway, just cover it. And you guys go ahead and put that saran wrap on the bowl and tear the other side. It makes it so much easier than trying to tear one big sheet and get it to unstick itself from itself. Here, this is all the chicken that we took off the bone from the pot for the soup, and I just cut it up into small pieces. I did not use all of this chicken back in the soup. I kept some and put it in the freezer. So here, the bones have been cooking for a long time, and I'm just straining it. And if you pour slowly enough, most of the solid stuff stays in that pot, and you can get the liquid out, and so that you don't overflow that little strainer. There's all of the broth, and I just added a few more carrots, and I pulled out the and water. Add a little bit more water. I kept a lot of the vegetables from the solids where I just drained the pot and chopped those into small pieces to add back in later, especially the garlic and the celery. And because I added more water, I added more of the broth base, because you don't want to lose your flavor. In fact, I added a little bit more of all the seasonings that I had added before. The turmeric, what did I use? Garlic powder, onion powder, black pepper, and a little bit of salt. All those went back in there again. And guys, this is so good. You've got the collagen from the bone, where the collagen? The cartilage from the bones, and the cartilage has broken down and it makes it really thick. That is so good for you guys. And here I added about 1/2 a pack of the egg noodles. I also shared this with my friend. Oh guys, I am so sorry. The storage ran out on my phone and I had to take care of it right in the middle of this. At least you got to see me add in the noodles. The only thing else I did was add back in some of the chicken and celery and garlic from where I had cooked it in this pot earlier. And thank goodness my baby is cooking. He's making tacos for tonight. Oh, you guys, I hope this video wasn't so crazy for you. Oh, I appreciate you joining me. Thank you so much. You guys, love you all. Well, there you go, guys. That was our meals for the week. Those let's see, what did I have? I had 1 pack of chicken breasts. There were 6 chicken breasts and then just a few chicken pieces that I had bought. I hope you enjoyed that and got some inspiration from it, or maybe from the laundry system. Anyway, if you did, drop a comment below and let me know, or let me know what else you would like to see. So until we meet again, may you be blessed. We are huge Georgia Bulldog fans, and we were so happy that our guys won the national championship. Go Dogs!